Rain lashed the stone roads of Eldermere village when Elena Graves arrived. Her car had broken down miles away, and the only shelter she found was a towering mansion half swallowed by fog. The brass gate creaked open as if it had been waiting for her. Inside, candlelight flickered faintly through tall, cracked windows. She hesitated before stepping in, soaked, trembling, and whispered to herself, "Just for one night." But the house seemed to breathe as she entered. A slow exhale of cold air drifted through the hall, and for a brief moment, she heard music and a violin, distant and sad. In the grand hall, a massive portrait dominated the wall, a man in a dark velvet coat, his eyes painted with startling detail. They seemed alive following her. Beneath it was a plaque, Lord Adrian Vale, 1882. Elena tilted her head. "You look almost real," she murmured. The candles flickered violently. Somewhere behind her, the same violin began to play again. She turned. No one. But when she looked back at the portrait, the man's lips were curved in a faint smile. That night she found a dusty guest room. The bed was cold, but exhaustion won. As she drifted to sleep, she felt someone gently brushing her hair away from her face. "You shouldn't be here," a deep voice whispered near her ear. She jolted up, heart racing. The room was empty. Yet on the bedside table lay a white rose, freshly plucked and dripping water, as though taken from a grave. When she touched it, a sharp vision flashed. A ballroom, hundreds of candles, and the same man from the portrait dancing with a woman who looked exactly like her. In the library the next morning, Elena discovered a leather-bound diary. Its ink was faded, but the last entry sent chills down her spine. She promised to meet me beneath the crimson moon. Death will not keep me from her. Adrian Vale. Outside, the sky was already turning red, an eerie sunset bleeding across the clouds. She whispered, "The crimson moon," and as if the house heard her, every candle in the mansion lit on its own. That night, the mansion came alive. The chandeliers glowed, the piano played itself, and the air filled with laughter, ghostly, echoing, elegant. Elena stood frozen as figures dressed in old gowns appeared, dancing gracefully. Among them, Adrian Vale emerged, not as a ghost, but as flesh and blood. "You came back to me," he said softly, extending his hand. Her voice trembled. "I don't even know you." "Your soul does," he replied. Against her will, her hand met his, and the room spun into another century. She was no longer Elena Graves, but Eveline Hart, the woman from his diary. The music roared and the walls melted into a memory. Adrian's love had turned into madness long ago. He had made a deal with death itself, to hold on to her soul forever. Every 100 years, when the crimson moon returned, her spirit would be reborn, drawn back to his mansion. "I kept my promise," he said, eyes dark